Welcome back. Kenya's President Uhuru Kenyatta today urged the opposition to avoid violent protests and take grievances they have over the presidential election results to court. In his first public appearance since he was declared winner of the just concluded elections, Kenyatta urged police to use restraint while handling protesters expressing anger over the polls' result. And it was a clear majority of Kenyans had largely ignored former Prime Minister Raila Odinga's calls for boycotting work. Odinga indicated that he would announce his next move tomorrow. He has until Friday to file a petition before Kenyatta is sworn in for his second and last term on August the 29th. Now, Sarah Kimani is our East Africa correspondent and joins us now on the line. Sarah, thank you very much for joining us this evening. Now, is the dust beginning to settle in Kenya following the fiercely contested elections this past week? Sarah?
The dust has begun to settle down, and we have seen people resuming work in most parts of the country today. Can you hear me, Sabila?
Yes, I can hear you, Sarah. You can go ahead. I think there's just a delay.
Well, as I was saying, people are resuming work today. A lot of people are resuming work today, and it was a busy day. In fact, for you to realize that normalcy was resuming, you just need to be in the central business district where a lot of Kenyans have gone back to work. We could see most shops were open, even in Kibera and Dar es Salaam, some of the hotspots for the violence and protests that have hit the country. We saw a lot of people getting back to work, even though some of them said they were not very sure how long they would stay open, considering tomorrow former Prime Minister Raila Odinga is supposed to make an announcement about the way forward for opposition supporters, because he has said he'll be calling for week-long protests following the disputed election results.
Sarah, let's look at what the opposition leader Raila Odinga said, calling for Kenyans to stay away from work today, and it appears it didn't really go well for him. Why do you think that people really didn't heed his call?
Well, a lot of Kenyans are casual laborers, and especially in areas that he has been talking to, and the people he has been speaking to are people who depend on daily wages. Most of them either work in construction sites, or they work as cleaners, or they work in the industrial areas. So they get their daily pay. They get their pay when they work, and they get it every day. So those we spoke to told us that if they did not turn up for work, then they would not have a salary, and so they opted to go to work so that they can have something to put in their stomachs. Remember, the whole of last week, most people stayed home because Tuesday was a public holiday for elections, and then the days that followed, Kenyans were waiting for election results. And because there is the outcome of the results were unpredictable, a lot of people opted to stay home. In fact, several people, thousands of people had traveled up country. So today was the day that they would now start earning a living. And many thought that it was selfish for Odinga to call for protest after a week of having been at home. And so a lot of people ignored and actually went to work. Those who spoke to said, even though they were in support of Odinga and his views that the election may have been stolen, they could not afford to continue being at home.
Sarah, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much for that update. That was SABC East Africa correspondent Sarah Kimani joining us from Nairobi in Kenya. Apologies for the poor sound quality.